Thanks, Tristan.
Jenna, I'll handle it. No, it's okay. I'll handle it.
Stop.
No.
Sorry I'm late.
It's alright. Just sit down. Let's get this over with. Breaking news brought only to you by JAT News. A dude named, I got this. It's, back to you, Alexa, for some updates.
Okay, Tristan. So this dude from Maryland named Johnny Mick something or other, Jenna?
First of all, Tristan, you can't go back to someone when you haven't even talked to them in the first place. This dude's name was James McCulloch. Anyway, a judgment has finally been made in the case of McCulloch versus Maryland.
Marshall Court has just released their groundbreaking decision sparking controversy among many citizens.
So let's break this down. James McCulloch was the cashier at this bank, the Baltimore branch of the Second National Bank.
Yeah, Tristan.
Alright, I got this one.
The second bank was founded after the War of 1812, when it was realized that without a national bank, we'd be screwed if another war occurred.
When the Second National Bank was created in 1816, the state of Maryland decided to make the banks pay tax. Like, what was that? Alexa, Tristan, you've got to handle this one. You have to explain it, because I'm just way too fired up.
So basically, what it was that Maryland wanted to tax all the banknotes, cash, that weren't chartered inside the state.
Yes, Tristan. This tax was specifically meant to go after the Baltimore branch of the Second National Bank of the United States. James McCulloch, the head of the branch, refused to pay the tax, and thus a lawsuit was filed against the bank by the state of Maryland.
After the lawsuit was filed and appealed to the Maryland Court of Appeals, Maryland argued that because the Constitution did not contain anything referencing the subject of banks, that the federal government was not allowed to charter its own bank. Thus, the Second National Bank was unconstitutional.
Yeah, so the appeals court, that's what it's called,
Yeah.
sided with the state of Maryland, and eventually the case was appealed to what's the next court called again?
The U.S. Supreme Court, Tristan. You should know this. But anyways, like Tristan was saying, after the Maryland Court of Appeals upheld the state law, the case was appealed to the United States Supreme Court.
Maryland argued that as a sovereign state, it had the power to tax any business and to tax any business within its borders. So McCulloch's attorneys argued that a national bank was necessary and proper for Congress to establish in order to carry out its enumerated powers.
So the court, in a unanimous vote, ruled in favor of...
The Supreme Court ruled in favor of McCulloch, right, Tristan?
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Anyway, the Supreme Court said that a state does not have the power to tax the federal government. The decision centered on Maryland's claim that because the Constitution was ratified by state conventions, the states were sovereign. Judge Marshall refuted this claim, saying that the Constitution was run by the people, not the states. Therefore, the court asserted the supremacy of the federal Constitution over the states.
This ruling answered the major question: does the federal government hold sovereign power over states?
Oh, and the answer to that question is yes. The federal government does hold power over the states, right?
Yes, Tristan.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of JAT News. We'll see you next week.
Oh, whoa, we gotta do this again. We have to edit that out.
Okay. Guys, I have to work over it.
Hello and good morning.
Don't say good morning.
Just say what's written.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Breaking news brought to you by JAT News. A dude named, I got this.
Mary, you have a call on line 3 for Mary.
Well, Mary has now been found. On with your day.